Do you want to become truly data-driven in project management and therefore try to get and process as much data as possible? Now, one misconception is actually to source as much data as possible to become more informed in our project decisions. So this is the second of 5 videos about common pitfalls when transitioning to a data-informed project management practice. So in this age of big data and information overflow with the resulting data technology and massive data lakes that are getting established in organizations, there is of course a lot of data at our fingertips, while at the same time it becomes way more difficult to find real useful information, or in other words, to find the signal in an ocean of noise. Yet we are making attempts to consume any information or any data that gets thrown at us, believing that this makes us somehow smarter and more informed. But the opposite would be the case actually. So it could actually backfire, leading teams into wrong directions. It is kind of the FOMO effect, the fear of missing out on critical information in this case. And so we open the data floodgates to ensure that we're getting everything. But to become data informed, it is less about the amount of data, but more about the quality and the elements that really add value and that requires actually focus. But in today's digital world, information is increasingly pushed to us. So think about it like turning on push notifications on your mobile phone. For everything that comes your way or asks to push messages to you, it is very challenging to focus, really. But what eventually happens is we get distracted by this overwhelm of data and information and too much noise, which makes it hard to focus on the actual useful information. And in project management, it's the same thing. This could relate to any critical information such as business requirements, risk information, effort estimates, or even project meetings. The more noise that gets in, the higher is the risk of going off track. So instead of just opening the floodgates of data, one needs to learn to be more selective, to sharpen the focus kind of. So just like how you would revisit your push notifications and turn off the noise-producing ones and keep obviously the ones that are of value. And there are many places where noise can hide in the project management space, right? For example, a business requirements document that could have 2 pages of important information and 20 pages of fillers and irrelevant stuff. Or gossip could spread around in the project environment about, let's say, a project supplier, and this maybe makes it into risk logs. Or we may look at short-term facts versus long-term facts, which are more stable when it comes to project or past project performance data. Or we add too much complexity by overthinking and overanalyzing a decision. And when you look at those examples, it is clear that noise can be eliminated not only by adopting and applying analytical skills, which are obviously very important nowadays, and the resulting corrective action, so to spot the noise, but also by being more preventive. So generating less noise in the first place. Because a lot of data that gets consumed in a data-informed project management setting is data that gets created by past projects. So what is important is to adopt ways to not only consume less noise and ideally to eliminate noise altogether, but also to produce less noise. So in the end, it really comes down to that less can be much more.